I was young. I used to hang out with all the boys in the neighborhood. I was a tomboy. And so one day I got mad. They did something to me and I got mad. My father was watching from the window. And I went in the house. He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, they messing with me. He said, I know, I saw. Go back out there. Don't let them punk you to run back in the house. Go. And I was like, whoo! So stomped down the stairs and I go back across the street. I said, my father told me don't let you punk me.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was cool. Chill, relax, nap times, of course. I didn't overeat, I just think that's just a bit much. So and it was my birthday too, so it was a
Oh, happy
double.
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jazzy Janelle. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pew, pew, pew,
Hey,
pew.
you don't look a day over 20.
And I'm not.
Hey, you know how we do. Keep it
Hello?
young forever.
Forever,
Forever young.
forever young. They joked on me yesterday. We were playing the game, right? Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. They were playing the game, and so you had to guess the movie titles, right? And so I'm in the process of trying to guess, and then they go and throw jazz at me. They said, "What you'll never do," and I'm like, "What?" It was like, and the movie was Grow Up. I was like, "Oh, y'all suck." I said, "What is it to grow up, though? Like to be approved, to be boring and dry?
Who knows? Who
Who
cares?
knows?" Exactly. I don't.
So,
Yes.
welcome back to the show. You are my first ever return guest. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. For everybody who doesn't know, this is Janelle. Me and Janelle had an unexpected interview last week after Black's interview.
Yeah.
So, we welcome her to the show and we ask her the first question we always ask. What's up with you?
Nothing much is up with me but life and getting everything in order for 2022. So
Cool.
I like to do a lot of journaling, and I'm a ultimate believer in writing the vision and making it plain. And so because a lot of that, it works for me. Some people it may not work for, but I know particularly for me, I have testimonial of things I have written down. It has come to pass. So for me to prepare, I like to stay ready in my mind. So I'm gonna just start writing down things that I want to accomplish in 2022. And right now I'm just in the thinking process of it. Like, what do I want to have done? Like, what are the things that I want to work towards achieving and seeing to come to pass? So that's what's up with me. The last however many amount of days left in the year, it's just like, okay, I didn't finish it, so I'll have to either finish it now in 2021 or wait till next year.
Mm-hmm.
So not a lot of pressure, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Gotta make your things right.
I'm a firm believer in writing stuff down. It seems to me like when you put it on paper, or you put it even if you put it like in your notepad on your phone, you take it from the gassiness of the mental realm and like bring it into the physical realm. So now it's here, it's tangible. We can see it, we can touch it, we can feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's something. It's like a lot of brainstorming, because once you hold in your mind, you're always anxious. You're always like at like, wits in, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But if you just take all your thoughts, write it down, get it out of your head, kind of do a brain dump, to say the least,
right,
and just dump it all out, release that stress, and then be like this, okay, now I can start, peeling away at each thing and just say, all right, checklist, I did that. Checklist, I'll do this. So make your list, check it twice. You're going to find out who's naughty or nice. Okay?
All right, cool. So in our pre-interview conversation, you said you pretty much wanted to pick up where we left off at, right?
We can. I mean, to make it easy. Or what do you all want to talk about? What do you all want to hear about? I'm flexible, okay? So if they want to keep on talking about relationships, we can. I know last week the ladies wanted to
All right,
know.
so
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I got a little bit of relationship stuff, but this time it's from a different perspective,
Okay.
and I have stuff about you too. So we'll just have a conversation, see how it goes. But somebody called me and
Ooh.
asked me specifically about something that you said on your first interview. So if you haven't seen her first interview, you can go to my YouTube and it's on there. And this person called me and they was like, hold up, man. Did she say had he met her at a different time, he wouldn't like women? And they wanted some clarification.
I mean, not that he would like women, but he would be
Right.
apprehensive. Put it that way. Not to say
He
like he
be,
won't go to the other side. Nothing wrong with the other side, but no, he would just be like this. Man, women effed up. They got
right, right.
issues.
That's not that's what
They
I
got issues.
figured. But when the phone call came in, I was like, I asked her, I was like, I'm interviewing her later on this week. I shoot her the question and see what's up.
No, 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 no. He would still like them, but he just be like this. They got issues.
Yeah,
They some
yeah,
drama. Like they're indecisive. They're emotional. He would have had a whole bunch of different things based upon, my younger self. So that's all.
yeah.
That's
Right.
all
That's
that is. Yeah, details. All right. They want
I
to
mean,
know.
they thought you was saying like you was gonna do the man so bad you was gonna send it to the other side. I was
No,
like, nah, not my man.
no, 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 no. He'll been like this. He was like, man, I love her, but I just can't be with her.
Right,
Or he'd like
right,
this.
right, right, right,
I need to figure some things out. You know what I
right.
mean?
Okay.
Selfish.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. He would have trust issues, like a lot of people do. Um, what
Well,
was I
why do
gonna ask you?
people have
So, why do people have trust issues? Because someone like the old you did something to him.
But the thing about it is I didn't do it. The thing about it, it was not me, it was them. And I will call them out on it.
Right.
That's what it is. And I see people don't want to take responsibility for who they are and their
Mm-hmm.
actions and what they do. And they don't want to be accountable for it. So because they don't want to hold themselves accountable, they get mad at you and then start doing the blame
Right.
game. I don't do the blame game. What you're going to do is you're going to be held accountable for your actions and the things that you have brought upon the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we would, go back and forth. I would say this, not to make Black feeling or Rashad feeling type of way, but none of my exes hate me. They actually still like, yo, she dope. Like that was me. They call themselves out on it. You know what I'm saying? So we're still
Yeah.
cordial, able to talk, but I'm just like, you need to get yourself together. And I called you
Right.
out.
Right. Right.
So
Okay.
that's all.
Okay. Respect. So the last time we talked, it was really from a more so from a what females can do in a general type of sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but this time I wanted to get your opinion on kind of like the men's side of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the questions that I had prepped for you is, what are your views on some things that men can do in general to improve our relationships?
Be accountable. Hold themselves
Okay.
accountable. Be able to be a helpmate with your significant other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Communication is always key. That's number one is communication and being open and not being afraid to voice your opinion, to voice your feelings. You know what I mean? Because a lot of men, they want to hold it in. They don't feel as though that they can let their true self out and for a woman because they'll think they are weak. They may think that they see them as being weak. But no, I see you being human. And we all have feelings. Man, woman, child, whomever. We all have feelings. So a man, you as men, it's better for you all to express your feelings, express your emotions verbally. Because some they do it
Mm-hmm.
in other ways. You know what I'm saying? They'll
Mm-hmm.
do themselves to death. Those drugs. I'm saying this because I've been through it before. I've been in relationships
Right.
when they weren't able to verbalize how they felt. So they went to substances, or they went to, being physical with someone. So I just say how you feel. Use your words, as we tell our daughter. Use your words. You know what I mean? And a lot of
Mm.
men don't think they know how to use their words and not feel ashamed or embarrassed. So the
Okay.
long story, Rashad knows, I was engaged before, and we went to marriage counseling. And the number one thing that they said is communication and finances is what's important in a relationship. If you can't communicate and then communicate about your finances, you're going to have some issues. Because those are the number one factors.
Mm.
And I think that's something that everyone within any type of relationship, they need to talk about, because that is highly important, because it can make or break how far you go along. So,
Okay. So let me ask you this: how do we teach our young men, our sons, to um productively express emotion while maintaining the masculinity that's needed to be the men that are needed?
all right, I'm going to say it like this. Get a pen and a paper. You a rapper. Write down all the emotions. Give me 16 bars.
So we're
Write
gonna
down.
teach them to be rappers.
Now I'm going to tell them to write it down, because that's something that they can relate to. Most guys, they relate to music, rap, sports. Give it
Right.
to me like in a way that you can express them more, especially to the little kids. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I taught vacation Bible school, and I asked the kids. I said, "What do y'all like to do outside of school? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?" I say, think about it. Think about how you feel. Think about what makes you happy. I said, learn to how to express your emotions in a way that you feel good about it and you don't feel like you're being judged. I said, just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the little kids, and these are little boys and little girls in the room. They're all under 12, 13. But it's still, you have to start off with them young. A lot of parents, I don't think they talk to their kids. They don't sit down and have like heart to hearts. I think just say, go on, be about your business. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, really say how you feel and have that open dialogue. It starts at home. I think it
Mm-hmm.
starts with your parents. Yeah, how the man is raised, how a woman is raised in their household, and the lines of communication between their parents, their siblings, it plays a major role in how they act when they're adults. If you
Right.
don't communicate in your household with your parents, and your parents don't teach you how to be, good communicators and expressing your feelings and doing those things, when you go into the major world, you're like this. I don't know, I keep it bottled inside. We didn't talk about that in my household. My parents just said, go about your business. Oh, shake it off. It's okay. Boys don't cry, men
Right.
don't cry. We suck it up and take it like a champ. But you're hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen men sit there and cry in front of me and
Right.
boo crying. I'm just like, it's okay. Let it out. Let it out. We all cry.
Mm. Yeah, I think as a man, sometimes it's difficult, right? Because society tells you that it's not okay to be emotional, right? So if this is a woman that you're really into and you're having this particular emotion that we view as kind of like weak or something like that, it's like, well, if I bring this to her and she responds the way society responds, then I don't really get the outcome that I want. Now, I mean, the deeper aspect of it is that, both the man and the woman have work to do. She has to also be receptive and understanding to what it is that, and
Mm-hmm.
respect the fact that he's man enough to bring those emotions to her. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like it's symbiotic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she has
So I
to say,
think that,
okay, it's okay to, have those emotions and be able to cry in front of me and not, shame him. And she needs to have
right,
understand that real men do cry. Because
right,
that can go into a whole nother subject where they might not have had a man in their household and they've never been able to see that type of emotion come from a man. You know what I mean? It
right.
just everything, it just depends on how you were raised.
So
So
it's funny you say that because one of the questions I have for you is the way women respond and react to men, how much of that is influenced by women's relationships with their fathers and vice versa for the men with their mothers? What's your opinions on that? What's your opinions on that?
I'm a daddy's girl, and I only
We
see
can
my
tell.
how. uh, um,
We know.
I will only see my father cry at funerals, and for
Mm-hmm.
me, um, I'll give my own point of view on it. I was young. I used to hang out with all the boys in the neighborhood. I was a tomboy. And so one day I got mad. They did something to me and I got mad. My father was watching from the window. And I went in the house. He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, they messing with me. He said, I know, I saw. Go back out there. Don't let them punk you to run back in the house. Go. And I was like, whoo. So stomp down the stairs and I go back across the street. I said, my father told me don't let you punk me like that, right? So again, I learned not to be punked. Basically, some women they're not. They learn to be timid, hold it in, and things of that different nature. But it's all about the nurturing. Some men can be over nurtured. Mom's boys, they be coddled. They're like, no, don't hurt my baby. Like one day I always used to say, I'm like, your baby's a bully. And I would tell like a guy I was dating before, I'm like, your son is a bully. And I'm like, so yeah, he, you know what I mean? You dish it out, you can't take it. You gotta be able to take it. If you dish it out, take it back. So she's like, that's my
Mm,
son. Yeah, but your son is running amok. And now you're causing an issue because you're constantly saying, well, that's my son, that's my baby. Well, your baby is causing mass hysteria as an adult. He's no longer a baby. He's a bona fide grown man. So it's
mm,
just like mothers, you can't keep on babying these adults. They have to take accountability for their actions. And you can't keep on
mm.
he's a baby and then say, well, he's a man too. Which one is he?
So hold on, that joint's spinning. So that makes me think about how it makes me question something that I question is, are we really adults or are we still the same? A lot of us are still emotionally the same that we were when we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So I think sometimes we find ourselves in relationships with people and I think on both sides, our inner children get to jumping out, and that's what causes a lot of, conflict and confrontation and stuff like that. So it's just interesting to see when you are emotionally aware enough to know when your inner child is jumping out on someone else's is, it makes it a little bit easier to traverse those waters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it, it's complicated because like I said earlier, when do we grow up? When do you know you become a full adult and you put away your
Mm,
childish things? It say, when the Bible say, I spake as a child, I did as a child. When I left away from my parents' house, I didn't, I put away my childish things. When do you? You know what I mean? It's just like, when do we
hmm.
really? Because we still have that inner child that peeks out every now and then and say, hey, peekaboo, I'm
Right.
here. I'm still scared of peekaboo. Oh, I still feel insecure here. Peekaboo. It peekaboos every now and then. And it's just like, when do we realize
Hmm.
when we having those peekaboo childhood moments come in and sneak up on us? Did we really resolve it
Right.
and just keep on pushing it down? Like saying, I'm an adult. I pay bills. I'm an adult. I have a 9 to 5. Right. I'm an adult. I have children. I do adult things. So
Hmm.
that's why I say, like, when do you fully become an adult, a grown up?
Well, if you're asking me, I think it's in moments, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time, but what you have to do is, I think you have to cultivate a relationship with that inner child, so that when that inner child begins to come out, you can comfort your inner child the same way you would comfort your child. But
Yeah.
I think there's a spectrum of of what a human is, and it goes from inner child to dying old man or woman, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes the whole human being or whatever. So. That's interesting though, because that inner child will hit you with the peekaboo,
It will.
And you'll be like, oh shit, where did that
It's
come
like, I'm like, oh,
from?
okay, like my bad. You know what I mean? Just like,
Right. So you need a hug?
right. I'm like, you need a hug? I'm like, you need a popsicle, something like a lollipop, go sit in the corner somewhere. Like,
Right.
just
Right.
deal with those issues. And I think a lot of times we don't deal with our issues. And we just let them sit there and just stay for years and years and years until one day it's just like, just fizzle all out at once.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yes, we
still love those
do.
things we did as a child. Yeah, that's why I think it's important to fulfill what that inner child wants. Whatever you like as a kid, you still got to find a way to fulfill that. You know, if it's adventure or role play or basketball or playing with Barbies or makeup, and I think that's what's cool about females is y'all get the Barbie
But
stuff as kids, and then now y'all can do the makeup.
as an adult, but I think the beauty of how the world is now and how life has evolved, we can take those childhood loves and make money off of it. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
say, I played in makeup as a child and now I'm a professional makeup artist. Or I would draw all the time and now I draw more murals all over the city. It's just like my love and my passion has made room for me in my adulthood, and now I'm reaping the benefits in order to sustain myself.
Right.
And it's a lot of things where people,
Right.
they try to make you stop doing what you love because they say it's childish. But you
Mm-hmm.
know, you can make money off of those things because the world is open. It's not like when our parents were our age and they had limited resources. It's just
Right.
like that government job, work 9 to 5, come home, cook, clean, do the same thing over again. It was no, I'm gonna go take some pictures because I'm a photographer. I love to take pictures. I love, working with people. They did not know I can make money off of this on the side. I told the kids, I said,
Mm-hmm.
always make sure that you have your job and then you have your passion. I said, your job will pay for your passion. I said, it will be a source to your resource. It will be the abundance to their overflow, which makes you happy and brings you pure joy. Because sometimes, I would say, you go to work and you don't have nothing to come home to that makes you happy. That's really fulfilling your passion. Unless your job is your passion. You know what I'm saying? You really enjoy and you love your job. But I think some people,
Mm-hmm.
they they lose themselves by doing that traditional same day routine. They don't put something in the middle of it just to break it up. And I think that's what brings on the stress. What brings on, my life is humdrum, it's boring. I'm like, no, I have a lot to do. I stay productive because I have so many things that I have done from a child that I brought to my adulthood and I make money off of it. I've been making jewelry since I was 12 years old. And now I have my own company.
Mm.
So it happened for me. I doodled on Barbie dolls as a child. I never thought I would be a professional makeup artist working with celebrities. I never thought my life would be where it is now.
Right.
Never.
Got a
I never
fruit fly
thought.
attacking me.
I saw. I'm like, snack yourself. Don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight him off here. And it's like, cuz, go downstairs. There's some fruit in the trash can. That's like, won't you
He's
stop
just like, I'll be in
harassing? Leave me
conversation.
alone.
But I'm just saying, like, you can fulfill your passion and still maintain your normalcy.
Right. Right.
So,
But I mean, I think that's one of the things that you see in America right now. That's one of the things I was talking in another interview about how the whole pandemic thing actually one of the benefits of it was it kind of drove people back to themselves, good
mhm,
and bad for depending on how how it played
right,
out for you. But it made a lot of people realize like, oh man, I'm about to do me. I ain't gotta go sit in this cubicle for 8.5 hours a day. Like, man, I could do me and make money. It's
right,
cool.
exactly. It's just like they had to be forced into it. Like I say for myself, back in 2011, 2010. Back in 2010, went to church New Year's Eve, and they say all the time, we say our prayers going into the new year. And mine was, I said, Lord, I want this new year to be about me and you. This is my prayer. I said, I want to be about me and you. Just me and you, God. Amen. Amen. January 1st, 2011. I come home from church, somebody break into my car. I had an old 1999 Toyota Corolla. And my friend, he was like, yo, Dad, somebody break me your car? I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. I said, there's nothing in my car. Sure enough. From that point on, it was a chain of events that had me being what I said I wanted for the new year about me and God. Don't ask for something if you don't want to receive it. Don't ask him to be about you and him, because he will say, I'm going to test you and see how much you are about me. So, with that being said, I was pushed into my passion. I was pushed into my purpose. Because if he did not let me lose my job, I would have never, ever pursued my jewelry as hard as I did that year. I would never have, because I was too fearful to jump out there on my own. Because again, we're used to comfortable. We're used to that check every 2 weeks. And, just knowing the security was coming. But I lost my job. I wasn't getting paid for a couple of months. And I'm sitting up there like in my apartment like, what am I going to do? I can't go back home, or I don't want to go back home. Lord, help me. And then I got a phone call from my homeboy, Will. He was like, yo, Jazz, what you doing Friday? He didn't know I just got fired. Like, literally. Like, I got let go from my job the day he called me. He was like, well, and he was the editor, the fashion editor for the Source magazine. And he said, yo, got a photo shoot on Friday. Come on up, bring your jewelry. And I was like, okay. Then I asked him, I said, well, do y'all need a makeup artist? And he was like, I'll call you back. Called me back. Bring your makeup too. Boom. And from there, it was literally me trusting God the entire way. Because again, I did not know what I was doing. It was not a YouTube video or gurus out here saying, this is what you do. I had to create my own blueprint to see how to work through this thing called life and entrepreneurship. So when I say watch what you ask God for, because he will surely test you and see if you meant what you said or what you asked for from him.
So how do you deal with it when God's path for you is somewhat in opposition or something that you dislike, right? Like we talked about last time, we talked about that tunnel, right? The tunnel, like, I'm where I want to be, but I'm where I want to be right now. I want to get over there, but there's this tunnel that I have to go through, and it's got some hardships in it. How do you cope and contend with the hardships?
I stay focused, and I always ask, is this really what you want for me? Is this your will for me? Because if I got to fight it and force it, it might not be his will. And that's just me being stubborn and just wanting it because I want it. You know, like a child, you want what you want because you want it. But not knowing that what you want is not always good for you and it's not always meant for you. So sometimes I've learned to just fall back and stop forcing it. I'm not going to force a circle in a square. Don't make sense.
Right. I'm with you. I got another relationship question for you that I really wanted to ask, right? How should men respond to their women when their women aren't in a good mood? Just in general, I know that different women respond, have different ways about them. But as a general principle, what's a good way for me to go about it when my wife is in a bad mood?
Walk away. Go mind your business and let her mind hers. And so she comes and say, hey, I ain't feeling myself today. Or, you know what I mean? Like if you see a car accident up ahead, right? And you see, it's about to be a mess up there, but then you see a street right there, you can turn down and miss it. But instead of going down that street and missing the accident, you go into the accident and then you get mad when you up there stuck in it. Well, you saw that street, you could have turned down to avoid all of that, right? Okay. Sometimes you just gotta know when to avoid something so you won't cause conflict or you won't stir up something. Just say, you see she having a bad day or something, you say, you good? And she's like, yeah, I'm all right, I'm good, And then if she's like, not right now, be like this, all right, not right now. All right, well, when you need me, call me. Holler at me. I'm here for you. You need some Midol? You need some wine? Need a
No,
dollar?
I'm not offering no model. If you need anything, you just let me know.
You just let me know. Okay? I'm gonna be about my business. I'm gonna be downstairs typing up an essay or something. I don't know. Stay off the because that can just elevate it. And she might be like,
Right.
"What do you mean? Am I all right?" We're like, "Just you know, you have a good day. Like, I don't something. You know, did your pinky toe hurt today or something? You want me to massage it? How can I help you?" It's just like sometimes just avoid the traffic, just avoid the issues. Just
Okay, so
peace be still until further notice. And then you want to start.
okay, so
Sometimes you might not want to be bothered. Sometimes I just want to be
okay, so if I see the traffic jam up ahead, I'm gonna do the same thing I do when I'm on my way to work and I see them brake lights. I'm like, you know what? I can make this left right here. It might take me an extra 5 or 10 minutes. If I need to make that call, y'all might be a couple minutes late, cool. But I'm gonna make it to work and everything gonna be cool.
send her a
So I'm
text
gonna.
like, "Good, I love you. I love you."
Oh, okay.
Kissy faces. You know what I'm saying? You all right? You want to talk? Is there something you want to talk about? Don't make assumptions though. Don't
Right, I'm
assume.
with you.
You know what I mean? Just be like, "Is you all right? You need a hug? You need a Care Bear hug? You know what
A
I
Care
mean?
Bear
So,
hug.
Care Bear hug. Do you need some comfort? Because sometimes you
Little
just
joy
might
start
want
shooting out your belly.
to shoot out your belly. Care Bear. You know what I mean? But sometimes us as women, we just want to be left alone. She's a mom of two. She just be like, "I'm tired. Not today. Not today." Your daughter, she had a tantrum. Your other one, she threw up on the floor. Not today. You
Right.
know, whatever it may be. Just like, "I'm not feeling it." You might, you know what? I'll watch the girls. You go out. Go to the store. Go to Target. Go to Target. Just throw it in the bag. You know, do some comfort things. Because that's what women want sometimes. You know, just take away the stress for her. You know what I mean? Without asking her. Just be like this. "I got the girls. Go. Go get your hair done. Go get your toes done."
Mm. Mm. Oh no.
You don't know? You don't know? You never do that for
Nah, I
your
know. I just but my baby girl, she be trying to beat me up. Me and Libby get along cool, but Fan be trying to punch. Go to IKEA.
go
Yo,
to
man, look, sidebar. I don't like IKEA at all. I've been to IKEA one time and I was like, yo, this joint is a trap. I don't like it. I'm looking for one container and I gotta walk around the whole store. They make you go
no
through the
no no.
whole store. Then we realize then hold on. Then we realize like, wait a minute. We were supposed to look this thing up online, right? And go
Mm-hmm.
straight to the little warehouse joint and be like, oh, it's on 3A.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
No, it's shortcuts. So look, I'm an IKEA person. That's where I would used to go to get my inspiration. Like literally, I used to go lay in the beds. This is before COVID. I go lay on the beds. I go
Mm-hmm.
feel like this was my apartment and act like I'm doing stuff. Like when I was looking for an apartment when in the beginning. And I was just like, okay, that's my thing. So you have to find the shortcuts through IKEA. I don't go all through the maze. I come down first floor to the right, to the left, get my candles, roll out, keep it moving. It's a skill. Go back, learn the
Mm.
skill. That's all.
Nah, I ain't gonna be in
It's,
IKEA enough to learn the skill. You know what I'm saying?
it's not
No,
that bad. They
no,
made
no, no.
shortcuts. Since the pandemic, they have made shortcuts. So it's not that bad.
Nah, it was bad when I went. My wife said I got the girls equals music to my ears, so I
Yeah.
guess I have to take your advice.
Okay. I'm
One of these days. One of these
one day
days.
soon before the new year. I'm just saying, bro. And therefore, you're going to have some issues. Don't be selfish.
Oh no.
Selfish is
Oh
not a good
no.
look.
I know. I do my part. Hey, I wanted to ask you, so how did you get started making jewelry? I heard you say you started when you were like 12, right? So like what was the first piece of jewelry that you made and you realized like, oh, like yo, this is it.
Scrap pieces. So, like in middle school, I used to make keychains, bracelets, friendship bracelets, all that stuff. So, and I would sell it. My aunt, she had a hair salon. I had my jewelry case that I still had because it used to be my mom's. I would bring it to the hairdresser. I'm like, hey, boom, I got some stuff. I would take my orders. 13, 12 years old, I was doing that. So then, fast forward to 2005, 6, I was working at the Department of Justice, and I would make stuff out of scrap. I had a pair of scissors, tweezers, and some pliers, and those were my tools. Okay, so my mom, her jewelry would break. I had some chains and stuff like that. I would just put it together and little trinkets or whatnot. So one day I was at work and I was working at the front desk, and the lady came in. She was like, I love your necklace. She was like, where'd you get it from? I'm like, I made it. Flossing on my stuff, And she was like, oh my gosh, it's really cute. And so my friend, he said, you should sell your jewelry. And I'm like, you know what? I should, shouldn't I? And so then there was the birth of Jazzy Jewels. I started the business in 2007, and I met a lady at church, and she mentored me. She showed me how to use the tools, how to make the jewelry properly. So I was like, oh, it's on and popping. And I haven't stopped since then. So 2007, Jazzy Jewels had a malfunction in partnership. So I had to stop. I stopped making the jewelry for a minute because I didn't want to be associated with my old partner. So I changed the name, and I met a lady in Chipotle, and she just said, I like your jewelry. She's talking to me. I'm like, stranger danger. I'm like, who is she? Because she kept on looking at me weird. And I was just like, like, why does she keep on staring at me? So I was like, hi, how are you? And she's like, oh my gosh, I love your jewelry. And then she went on to mentor me, and she just said, Jazzy Jewels is common. She was just like, most top designers, they're their name. Their brand is their name. Donna Karen, Tommy Hilfiger, XYZ. She said, what's your name? And I told her my full government. She was like, that's a brand. And I was like, oh. I never thought about that. So I am named after my grandmother. My middle name is Zenobia, and my grandmother's name was Zenobia. And I said, you know what? Zenobia by Janelle. And ever since, just been popping magazines, television, movies, music videos. We've been internationally known. My first interview was in a Swedish magazine. Yep, I was on it. So when I tell people like I'm internationally known, I'm not just saying it to say it.
Right. You got the cachet to say it for real.
Like for real. I'm just like, okay, so yeah, I've always been into arts and crafts, and I still have all of my stuff from when I was 12 years old. Like my parents, they saw what I was into and they invested in it from the beginning. They've always invested in my stuff. Like they would come pick me up after school and take me to this craft store that's no longer here called Benjamin Franklin down in Bowie. And I was like, Mommy, Daddy, can you take me to Benjamin Franklin? I need to get some more gimp. So they're like, all right, whatever, come on. You know what I mean? So they made a huge investment into me and where I'm at right now.
So what do your parents mean to you since you brought them? That wasn't on my list, but So let's talk about the folks.
I am a parents girl, okay? Mommy and daddy girl. So, I mean, I
gotta bring moms. Hey, moms, I like you too. You good people.
Right. Like I am a mommy and daddy's girl. So, period, point blank. You mess with my parents, you mess with me, and you gonna get that heat. So, don't mess with my parents.
I'm with you. So let's talk about how does it feel to be a mother?
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's new. It's different. For real, I never thought I would be a parent. So it's just like, oh, you're here. I'm a mom. I'm a cool mom at that. So that's all I can say. I'm learning. I'm 2 years in, so that's all I can do. Each year, I just keep on saying, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm learning her, she's learning me, I'm learning her quirks and kinks. I have God siblings that I kind of raised and took under my wing. So I'm just like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. So we'll just, we'll go by, but she's mine. So it's different. It's not like I can be like, all right, go back home. I'm like, oh, this is your home. Okay, let's figure this out. Like,
Right,
okay,
right, right, right.
you're in that terrific two phase. Okay, let's figure this out. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's having understanding and know that she is only a baby. Like, she's learning, and so I have to learn with her who she is, and she's learning who she is as well. So me, her, Rashad, we getting through this thing together, and me just being a mom, it's unbelievable. I'm just used to being
Mm-hmm.
Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Right,
Dale's mom, and I'm like, what? Like, all right,
right,
I am a
right.
mom. Oh snap! And that's when I say I'm adulting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is where the adulting comes in, because now I gotta put you on my life insurance, my health insurance, like, in here got the HMO, the PPOs, and I gotta go to talk to HR, like, help me do this open enrollment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Right,
now have responsibility for someone else, where before it was just me. And I think
right,
that God does everything on purpose, because I don't think I would take on been more responsible, to say the least. I would have probably still been doing the Jazzy stuff, which was not thinking about the future, not thinking about investments, not thinking about building a legacy. You know, my mind had to shift, and she helped with that, because I'm like, oh, yo, she looking at me. Dang. I want something for her. I want more for her than what I had. My parents did a great job, but
mm-hmm.
they don't know the stuff that's out here now. They're
Right,
not like this. Let's get some properties, this business, let's build a legacy, let's have something where you won't have to struggle. You can just work for the family business, the company. Let's grow this. We got money over here. You got this. I'm just like, I'm all about the legacy building now. Building that, because my great grandmother, back in the 60s and 70s, she owned hair salons, restaurants. She owned a block in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? She had
mm,
houses that she owned. And I'm like, this was her back when she didn't have a college education. She didn't have the resources. People was calling her like, hey, you trying to buy this building? And I'm like, I want that level. I want people to call me and be like, hey, you trying to buy this building? Because that's just how G she was. Her credit was that great, and they believed in her. So I'm just like, if my great grandmother could do that, it's endless possibilities for me. And
right.
I'm gonna do it for my daughter.
I'm with you. It's all of, I think our parents came up in a different era. They would still survive. They were still in straight up survival mode. So they did what they had to do to make sure that we could jump off of a higher platform. So
I'm
it's
going to
definitely our
thrive.
responsibility.
Yeah. My goal is to
Mhm.
thrive so she can soar. Period.
Right. Exactly. You always want to leave the next generation better off than what you had it.
Mm-hmm.
I think our parents did a great job of it. The flies attacking me again. I think we're doing a good job of it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Definitely.
plan is for them to do it even further, right?
Yep.
So you know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
It's time for your top five, dead or
All
alive,
right.
right? So
Okay.
you gotta give me five people that you would like to have a conversation with, dead or alive, real or fictional.
All right. Madam CJ Walker.
Mm,
Um,
that's a good one.
would like to talk to. I want to talk to Jay-Z.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Madam CJ Walker, Jay-Z. I would like to talk to my great grandmother
Mm,
as an
okay.
adult. Um, I would like to, if I could talk to Jesus, I would. You know,
Okay,
have
that's
him.
four.
That's four.
Okay.
And then my fifth, I want to talk to Oprah.
Okay, so
No, not Oprah. Scrap that. I want to talk to what's his name? Warren Buffett.
that's a first. Warren Buffett.
He's on my vision board, so I want to talk to Warren Buffett. He's still alive too, so it's possible. I'm speaking it to existence.
Okay, so let's run them down and let's talk about some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You said Madam C.J. Walker, Warren Buffett, Jay-Z, Jesus, and
And
what was the last one?
my great
And your
grandmother.
great grandmother. What would you talk to your great grandmother about?
Like, Grandma Emma, how did you do it? How did you come from South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, I think South Carolina, come up here, make a name for yourself in Baltimore, build up your sisters, have them become entrepreneurs? Like, how did you do it without even knowing it was entrepreneurship? Like, what in line, what put in your mind to say, like, this is what you need to do and this is how you do it? How to have
Mm-hmm.
great credit when it's just like, it's nothing, it's no resources, you just did it. Like, how? Show me how you just did it without resources. Like, your know-how, the capability to have that, the strength to endure. Like, they were the juke joint before it was cool. Like, they had their own juke joints, they made their own, I mean, like, she's phenomenal. The stories my father told me, like, I didn't know as a child because I was little and I'm just with her. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want her to give me her business savvy.
Yeah, you got a lot of business people in yours. You got Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first black female like
Like
rich
hair,
person, right?
yeah.
With the hair care products and
With
stuff,
hair
right?
care products. I'm just like, I saw your documentary, but tell me the truth. They doing the version that they know. I'm like, but tell me the truth. Okay. I know you took the woman's little potion or whatnot and you just upped it and you just went out and you did your thing. But tell me the truth. Like, how you do it? Tell me more. I
Mm-hmm.
want the details. The people, I just want you to tell me the details. Hove, my mind, I'm just like, show me how to do this without selling bricks. Period. Show me how to take
Without
this.
selling bricks.
Like, show me how to flip this to do that. Take that, take it, flip it, show me. You know what I mean? Show me how you do it. Warren
Right.
Buffett, let's make these money moves. Okay. You come to town, we buying land, we buying buildings. Okay. Show me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the codes. Give me the cheat codes. You know what I mean? Like I used to do my video
Right.
game. I like this. Show me the cheat codes that I got to just put in the system and win. And then Jesus, help me, guide me. Tell me when there's traffic up ahead and I don't have to bump in the head. Show me. Give me the true insight. Like, tell me your secrets. Like, help me.
Do
So
you think that
those
Jesus communicates with you and it's our job to kind of be in tune to that?
he speaks. Just gotta be still. Instead of going, trying to you can try just like, okay.
Still waters run deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Pretty
Jay.
much.
Well, that's not a Jay-Z line, but Jay-Z said it
Mm-hmm.
in one of his joints.
Yeah, so he speaks to us. It's just whether or not we want to listen, if it's what we want to hear, and if we're quiet enough to hear it. I tell him, I
Right.
say, talk to me because I'm that child that you need to have me say 1, 2, like tell me the specific order. Don't like give me hidden like messages, and I'll be like, what does it mean? A bird just flew on my window. So does that mean you want me to go fly? And like, you know what I mean? Like, I need you to just be very detailed with it because I was trying to figure out little hidden signs and say, a feather came to me like Forrest Gump. I said, what does this mean? You know what I mean? I'm looking at every little thing just saying it's a sign from God and it might not even be. But I'll make it into
I'm
one.
with
That's
you.
why I say, speak to me clearly in the language that I understand.
Have
Okay?
my vision be clear enough to understand your communication. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make it easy for me.
All right. You got any questions for me before we roll?
Um, what made you start this? What made you start
Hmm.
your podcast, your YouTube station? Like, what inspired you?
So some people when they're kids, they know what they're good at, right? And some people go to their deathbed and have no idea what they're good at. Well, I was blessed at the age of about 38. My birthday was a couple weeks ago, so 38, 39, to come to the realization that, you know what, I'm really good at? I'm really good at just talking to people, listening to them, asking them questions, picking their minds, not being offended by people who have different opinions or different walks of life. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just start going on Instagram Live and talking to people. You know what I'm saying? And before I did it, I kind of had an idea like, okay, I want to have some type of structure to it. Um, and then for real, my therapist was the first person I was supposed to interview, but he pushed it back a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went downstairs one day, and my sister-in-law was downstairs with my wife, and I was like, yo, I'm about to go on Instagram Live with me. And
Mm-hmm.
I just did it. And just the other day, I posted that picture, and I was like, shoot, man, I done interviewed all these people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it don't seem like I've interviewed all of these people. And that's how, so I think I came to the realization, like, I just like talking to people. I like listening to their thoughts and their minds. Humans are just amazing to me.
Very.
You look at all the different things, all of the different things that exist on planet Earth, and humans are by far, that we know of, like the most interesting and complex.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like the idea of talking to people. So I just started. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just start doing it. Oh, YouTube. Y'all want to go to my YouTube? You can search
Mm-hmm.
Marcello Bradley, Marchello space Bradley. What's up with you? I need some subscribers. I got 25. I need like 1 million.
Okay.
So y'all do that.
Speaking into existence.
Yeah, I'm speaking into it existence. You know what I'm saying? So if you happen to come across this on Instagram, subscribe, follow me. I might follow you back if you cool, right?
True.
You know.
Ah.
You got anything else for me?
Do you suggest that everyone goes to therapy?
Do I suggest that everybody do what?
Go to therapy? My girlfriend told me.
Everybody?
So.
I think I won't say everybody because I'm not someone who believes that in medical or one size fits all solutions, right? However,
Mm-hmm.
I think that most people could benefit from therapy in some way, shape, or fashion, even if it's just something to help you better be able to better communicate, right? And to
Yeah.
better understand your own emotions and stuff like that. Some people need really deep therapy, others probably need shallow therapy. But I think
Yeah.
most people I think therapy can be beneficial to most people. So
Mm-hmm.
I like therapy. I go to my therapist and be like, yo, let's talk politics. Right?
Right.
Or I'll be
No,
like,
like my
me and my
best
wife
friend.
got into it. Let's talk about this.
Oh, see, yeah, see, no, my best friend's a therapist. That's the only reason why I asked, because she just like, I think everyone should. And I'm like, do you, or are you just saying it because you're a therapist? So I was just like,
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like, I think that's like you said. I think everybody should wear jewelry. Like, well, I mean, they could, but that would benefit you. So I got, a
right.
second
That's
opinion
what I'm
on
just
this
like.
thing.
I said, girl, you just saying it. But I'll go cop a squat on her couch real quick. I'm like, I'm talking, you listen, and you text me later.
Right, right.
So,
All right. Well, I most certainly appreciate you sitting down with me. Black family, so you family, so we love you like a sister. If you ever need anything, you hit us up. Little hearts and
thank you, thank
stuff.
you, thank you. This was fun. I
So,
appreciate it.
oh, absolutely not a problem. You know what I'm saying? If you ever want to come back, you got my information. Hit me up, and we could get on a topic and do something if you want to too. That cool?
All right, sounds good.
All right, we'll holler.
All right, have a good one.
Peace.